Hello, babes. How are you? Good, I hope. Well, welcome to another episode of Makeup and Music, and today I'm going to be talking about Johnny Cash. Yes, heard of him? Of course you have. Okay, well, let's get started. Okay, so Johnny Cash was an American singer, songwriter, musician, and an actor. Much of his music contained themes of sorrow, moral tribulation, and redemption. And he was mostly known for his deep, calm, baritone voice and his trademark all black wardrobe that earned him the nickname the Man in Black. Okay, so Johnny Cash was born to poor cotton farmers in Arkansas, but he rose to fame during the rockabilly scene in Memphis, Tennessee, after he served 4 years in the Air Force. He would traditionally begin his concerts by simply introducing himself and saying, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash." And then he would follow that by performing his song Folsom Prison Blues, which was actually one of his signature songs. Alongside that song, he also recorded I Walk the Line, Ring of Fire, Get Rhythm, and Man in Black, all considered signature songs. And then he recorded other numerous hits, such as One Piece at a Time, A Boy Named Sue, and Jackson, which was a duet that he recorded with his wife, June Carter Cash. Cash is one of the best-selling music artists of all time, having sold more than 90 million records worldwide. His genre-spanning music embraced country, rock and roll, rockabilly, blues, folk, and gospel sounds. The crossover appeal earned him the rare honor of being inducted into the Country Music, Rock and Roll, and Gospel Music Halls of Fame. So to begin with his early life, Cash was born J.R. Cash on February 26, 1932. He was the middle child of 7 children total, and his mother, she wanted to name him John, and his father wanted to name him Ray. So as a compromise, they settled on the initials J.R. So his name was J.R. Cash. But when he enlisted in the Army, they didn't allow initials as first names. So he changed his name to John R. Cash. And then once he signed with Sun Records in 1955, he started using the name Johnny Cash. At the age of 5, Cash worked in the cotton fields with his family, and they would sing while they worked. He later learned to play the guitar from his mother. His early memories were dominated by gospel music. He enlisted in the Air Force in July of 1950 at the age of 18. After basic training at Lackland Air Force Base and technical training at Brooks Air Force Base, both located in San Antonio, Texas, he was assigned to the 12th Radio Squadron Mobile of the U.S. Air Force Security at Landsberg, West Germany. He worked as a Morse code operator intercepting Soviet Army transmission, and then he was honorably discharged as a staff sergeant in July 1954, and that is when he returned to Texas. So Johnny Cash met a woman named Vivian Liberto. She was a 17-year-old Italian-American, and they met at a roller rink there in San Antonio. And then they married in 1954. They had 4 daughters together, one being the famed singer Rosanne Cash. They later divorced in 1966 due to Cash's issues with drug and alcohol abuse, repeated acts of adultery, constant touring, and a very close friendship with June Carter, whom he met while on tour. So after they divorced, he later married June Carter June Carter, on March 1st of 1968, and they had a child together, a son named John Carter Cash. So they continued to raise their child, be step parents to each other's children, make music, and even tour together until June passed away in May of 2003. Now, Johnny had lots of issues with amphetamines and addictions to drugs and alcohol, and some other serious health issues, including diabetes. So sadly, he passed away just 4 months after June did, on September 12, 2003, at the age of 71 in Nashville, Tennessee. So he is laid to rest at the Hendersonville Memory Gardens alongside June. So I think most of us are pretty familiar with Johnny Cash and his music, and probably his legacy. So I had to pick out just bits and pieces of information to give you about his career, about his legacy, and just talk about certain things, because there's quite a bit of information about Mr. Cash. So Johnny Cash had somewhat of an outlaw image. He never served any actual prison time, but he was arrested several times, actually 7 times, where he would stay the night in jail and then post bond and get released. But the reasons for arrest were mostly misdemeanor issues, but there was some trespassing and things like that. But mostly they were for being in possession of narcotics, narcotic prescriptions, which that was a huge issue for him because, you know, of his addiction and all. So that alone caused him to go to jail on more than one occasion. From June 1969 to March 1971, he starred in his own TV show titled The Johnny Cash Show. He would go on to book many famous singers to perform on his show, such as the Statler Brothers, Neil Young, Kenny Rogers, and James Taylor, to just name a few. However, many people had the privilege of performing on his show. In addition to his show, he had a successful acting career, starring in many roles for TV and movies. In the mid-1980s, Cash recorded and toured with Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, and Chris Christopherson, and they were known as the Highwaymen. In total, Cash wrote over thousands of songs and released dozens of albums. In 1996, he received a Kennedy Center's Honor Award, the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 1999, and was ranked number 31 on Rolling Stone's 100 Greatest Artists of All Time in 2004, and then number 21 on their 100 Greatest Singers list in 2010, amongst many other awards and achievements. Okay, so I think that will do it and conclude my presentation of the life and legacy of Johnny Cash. And what do you think of this makeup look? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want to wear it? Okay, so I actually think it is on fire. Maybe a ring of fire? Well, anyways, as always, thank you for spending this time with me, and be sure to like me on Facebook, and like and share on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Please have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself, and I'll be seeing you again soon. Bye.